Welcome back to Scheming with Sis, the podcast where two sisters talk about life, relationships, reality TV, and whatever else we find ourselves scheming about. Hope you enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
Hi, sis.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, loaded question, loaded answer. But we are back. We have been a little spotty on the recording, especially the clips too. We got to get some clips out.
We
But
do. I know. We apologize for going a little AWOL. We missed a week
yes.
and then, released a little early on the one before that.
Yeah.
But we really want to get kind of back into it. It was just a crazy couple of weeks.
Yeah, has been a crazy couple of weeks. Yes, hopefully we can stay up on the recordings as much as possible.
Yes.
Should I get into what has been going on?
I feel like now is just the best time. I'm like, we're talking about why we were AWOL, and I'm like,
Yeah.
we're kind of like dancing around it, but I'm like, I think you
Yeah.
dive in, girl.
Okay. So this information will be exclusive to our podcast listeners because we love our loyal listeners, and it's a nice place where we can chat and kind of give a little bit more context into things. So you won't be seeing any of this on social media for a while. But I am currently pregnant.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane.
I know. Baby number 2.
Baby number 2, pregnancy number 4.
Yeah.
And it has been a wild ride. Has been very I had 2 miscarriages back in 2020 and 2021, I believe. And then we had our son in 2023, and we had him in North Carolina. And my 2 miscarriages were here in Utah, and we went to a different hospital and a different OB. When I got pregnant this time, I was like, I really don't want to go back to that hospital that I had the previous miscarriages. I need like a fresh start here in Utah. So
Yeah.
I went to a new OB, and they were like, hey, because of your history, let's have you come in early. And I was like, wow, I really appreciate that because yeah, I'm like, I'd like to stay on top of it. And so we went in at, I guess, what would have been a 6-week appointment, which is very early. Like, it's the earliest they can see anything.
Mhm.
Um, and so we went in, but here's the thing, and I want like other women to hear and know about this because I just don't think it's talked about. When you go into the doctor, they calculate how far along you are based off of the start of your last menstrual period.
Yeah, I did not know this.
Yeah.
I was so confused at first because I'm like, wait a minute, isn't it more like 4 weeks?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, because I'm like, I did not know this.
And I don't understand how the baby actually measures based off of
A
before they were
previous.
even here.
I know.
I just
It
don't
doesn't make
understand.
sense.
It doesn't make sense. I get that the reason why they do this is so that it's universal for everybody, so that it's like an easier way for doctors across the whole world to be able to accurately like track a pregnancy, but clearly it doesn't work in all scenarios.
Mhm. Oh, yeah,
I
that's right, because I was saying, like, yeah, what if you're consistently having, sex, say, with, like, multiple partners even,
True.
and, you don't know when you might have conceived, and so I
Yes.
get that that's right. That's why
Yes.
they also base it off the last period, because for some women, there's just, like, no way to know when they
Yes.
might have conceived.
Yes.
Okay, yep.
Yes. And even like married couples and partners that are having sex every single day
True,
of the month, like they are, like who knows when it would have been.
true.
But anyways, so I knew when we conceived because I was going off of my app. My app's always been very accurate, but over the last few months, my weight's kind of been up and down and working out, not working out. And I feel like that really affects your cycle. And so we had tried during what I thought was ovulation, but then maybe like a significant time later, like 6 days later, I was like, I think I'm ovulating. And so we tried again,
Mhm.
but that really, like, pushes things off, because now the doctors are calculating something based off of a time that was not when you actually conceived.
Mhm.
So, anyways, we go in for this appointment, and, um, when you go in for your first couple appointments, they often start with a transvaginal, um, ultrasound, which is that giant wand that you guys see on social media with the frickin' condom and lube on it, just sitting
Yeah, and
there
it just
waiting
like,
to. Yeah, we call her Miss Wanda.
Miss Wanda.
And, and she's just waiting to get in there. Anyways, so the ultrasound showed no baby, no gestational
Mhm.
sac. Like, even the miscarriages that I lost, there was a gestational sac with a baby. You could see it just didn't have a heartbeat. And so we were like, I was mentally going in here like, okay, I might not see a heartbeat. I did not mentally prepare to not see a baby. I
Like
was like,
anything.
anything. I am so sick. Like, and also top it off, we also got hit with freaking some version of a norovirus stomach bug at the
Oh.
same time. So I'm not feeling good like times 50. Like,
Yeah,
it
and, like,
was.
Arden, prior to this appointment too, was, like, so sick to the point, like, she had, like, nothing she couldn't eat anything,
Yeah.
and you're throwing up, you're so nauseated. You went and got an IV, like, you're having
Yes.
on top of the sickness, but, like, still you're having all of the pregnancy symptoms
Yeah, and a
that
lot of
you
other
have.
random little symptoms that, like,
Yeah.
I've had. But obviously, I had a positive pregnancy test. I had multiple
Right.
positive pregnancy tests. So it was just, like, super weird. I actually got a positive pregnancy test around 3.5 weeks, so it's really early. A lot of people, like, wait until their missed period or whatever, and that's normally around 4 weeks.
Mhm.
Um, so they can't find the baby. We're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
Um
it's not adding up with any of the symptoms you're having, it's not making any sense.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, though, the symptoms wasn't crazy to me because in my 2 miscarriages, I was, like, deathly ill all
Mhm.
the way up, and there was the baby had passed, and so I was like the symptoms at the same time were just kind of like, "Well,
Mm.
that's just my body, being pregnant when the baby's not alive anymore." Um, and so she was like, "Let's go get some blood tests done, um, and we'll see what's up." Okay, well, for me, I am mentally going, "I've miscarried again. There's no
Mhm.
baby," and I'm so freaking confused. Um, and when there's no baby, they also worry about ectopic pregnancy, which is your baby
Yep.
is growing in your fallopian tube, which is requires surgery and all kinds of stuff. And depending on the time that you catch it. So she was using, Miss Wanda to kind of like, poke both sides just to see if she could
Mhm.
see any signs of an ectopic. At that point, she couldn't. She was like, "Are you bleeding? Like, are you having any cramping, like pain?" I'm like, "No, no bleeding, no pain." Um, and so we start the process of getting lots of blood work for me done.
Mhm.
So what my first reading read about 5-ish, 5.5-ish, 6 weeks. Um, And we're like, "Okay, so weird because there's no baby to be seen," but that is kind of around where I would be measuring, and anyways.
Yeah.
So we go in for a second, blood test. They're like, "It has to double," whatever. So my second blood test did not double. I think it only went up by, like, 600. No, maybe, like, 1,000 and something, like,
Mhm.
1,600.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm like, "Well, like, there's the confirmation. Like, I
Yeah,
for
no,
sure miscarried."
we were 100% like.
Yeah, like, the numbers have to double, so what like, this obviously is just I've seen this before, I've seen this time before, so I know what this means. So, about a week, goes by where we are under the impression that we have miscarried again. I'm still so sick, obviously feeling pretty depressed, and still recovering from the neurovirus, and just everything's looking really bleak.
Yeah.
We go in for another ultrasound, and used Miss Wanda again, can't find baby. And I'm like, "Can we just be done?" Like, the
You're
mental.
so fed up at this point.
Yes, I'm like,
Yeah.
"This is so excruciating to just constantly be coming in here and being like, no baby,
No
no baby.'"
baby, and then you go
Like,
home and you feel like absolute crap still, and you're just like,
yes,
"What is this for?"
yes, this is for nothing. I'm, like,
Yeah.
absolutely miserable. Like, let me get back to being healthy again and just move
Just being my
forward.
normal tired mom self, like,
Yes,
who would have
exactly.
thought you'd be, like, begging for the days when you were just tired?
Yes. And, But I do credit my doctor in a way here. I do feel like I don't love how things were handled, and I'll get to that in a second, but I do credit her, because I was like, "This has happened before. My body does not expel a pregnancy on its own. It never has, no matter how far along the baby is. So I've needed medical help to expel the pregnancy after the baby had passed, and I'm like, "This is what's happening again. Please, like, help me move forward with the next steps." And she was like, "I think we need to do one more blood test, and depending on those results, let's do, an ultrasound at the hospital."
Like, with an actual, like, what are they called, radiologist or something?
Yes, yes. I mean, but there are still, like, sonographers or whatever. Like, I don't
Mhm.
understand, like, I don't know what the OB is qualified then for. I just am so confused. Like, I'm like, "If you are not qualified, then why are you the one that's always doing the ultrasounds at every
Right?
appointment?" Like,
I
it's
know.
just so weird to me.
That doesn't make sense. I wonder if it's just, like, at the hospital, they have a much more, like, advanced,
Technology
like,
or something.
technology or machine
Yeah.
because,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
so
otherwise,
weird.
that would make 0 sense.
Yeah. So I go in for a blood work. I'm like, "Kill me now. Like, this is just excruciating. I'm so done." Um, and the blood work comes back, and it, like, more than doubled numbers.
Mhm.
And I was like, "What the hell?" Like, I'm mad basically at my body because I'm like, "I've miscarried, and my body is still shooting up in HCG, so making me even more miserable, yet there's no baby to be found." And I'm like, "Why is my body doing this?" Like, I'm just getting mad. Like, I'm like at
Mhm.
this point, I'm like, the women that miscarry on their own, I'm like, I feel like they are lucky, which is a crazy thing to say, but it's just like the fact that they don't need medical intervention to pass the baby that they've lost or whatever. It's like, I'm just so mad at this point and
Yes, and
depressed.
at this point, now we're so afraid, right, that you're having an ectopic pregnancy
Yes,
because
because the numbers are going so high, so clearly
Mhm.
there's something still producing, but we're not finding anything.
Mhm.
So at that point, I'm like, "Hey, well, we gotta go to the hospital."
Yep.
I have severe health anxiety, and being at a hospital, even going to the baby doctor it's like climbing Mount Everest for me.
Mm.
So,
And
just,
that was just your life this
yes,
past week and a half, 2 weeks.
yes, and I went in, and we literally were in the waiting room for over an hour, so it's just excruciating, like,
Oh.
just sitting there going like, "What the hell?" I am so anxious to, like, what they're gonna see. Didn't think they were gonna see a baby by any means, but just, like, my brain was going like, "Okay, they're gonna find cancer. They're gonna find, all these different things, and maybe a potential ectopic pregnancy," and your mind's just racing. And so we finally get pulled back. I'm laying on the table, and I have this thing, and I think it probably has to do with, like, anxiety, but I start to, like, count. And so, like, I'll find something in a room, and I'll start to, like, pick a few objects, and I'll just start to count them, like, over and over and over again, and so I just start to, like, disassociate, and so I'm laying there, and I found objects on the wall, on the
Mhm.
ceiling, and I'm just counting in my
Oh.
head, and I'm just like, "I'm just not here right now," and, she's looking around, and she's asking a few questions, and she's like, "You, asked about the HCG?" I'm like, "Yeah, the numbers are going up. I don't know why. I'm so, blah, blah, blah." And um, she was like, what were they able to see?" And I'm like, "They weren't able to find a gestational sac, like, there was no baby. So we're just trying to confirm that you're not seeing anything, like, in my fallopian tubes." And she was like, "Okay." And, she's like, "Well, I'm not allowed," because everyone knows the radiologists, sonographers, they're not allowed, like, zip. They're not allowed to say a thing, which is absolutely ridiculous, like,
It's ridiculous.
torturous. Like, you're
Torture, and
sitting.
they know too.
Yeah,
Like, every single thing I've seen, like, I've seen people post about this, like, the actual whoever,
yeah.
someone taking the scans, they're like, "If you have this, we know it and we can see it, but we can't tell you." And I'm like,
Like, this is
"Why?"
ridiculous. I can't stand it. But she was actually incredible. And
Mm.
she was like, "I know that, you know, I'm not really supposed to kind of give you guys any feedback, but I just want you guys to see." And she turns her computer over and she was like, "There's the baby. And there you go. There's a gestational sac and there's a little baby in there." I like look at it and I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, at least we know there's a baby, so we can at least move forward with removing the baby because we found it." And I'm like, "Well, thank God it's not in my fallopian tubes." She's like, "No." And Gavin was sitting there and he was like, "Wait, I'm so confused. So there's a baby?" And I turned to him and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, they found the baby, but it's not alive. It's not alive." And I'm just laying there like, just trying to, I don't even know. I can't even explain where my mind is, but I'm just like, "Okay, we found it. We can move forward, blah, blah, blah."
You're just so ready to move forward that you've unattached yourself from any potential good outcome. You
Yes.
know, you're just like, "There's just no
There's no
way
good outcome.
anything's good. If you found a
Yes.
baby, okay, it's dead."
Yep.
You
It's
know, you're
gone.
just trying to, like, mentally
Yes.
compartmentalize so you can just not feel the feelings and just move forward with getting
Yes.
it over with.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I did kind of catch some fluttering and, like, movement, but I just thought that my eyes were tricking me. I was just telling myself, like, that's just a scan." Like, I don't know, like, what and I'm, like, barely trying to look at it because 'cause I'm just like,
You're like,
"I swear I saw it move, but,
it's all
yeah,
it's like
hi.
waving in there, "Hey."
Hi, mom." And so she's like and I say, "No, Gav, like, it's not alive, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Well," and she zooms in to the baby, and she was like, "Do you see that fluttering?" And she was like, "That's the heartbeat." And I was like, "What?" Like, I just could not and she was like, "I'll give you a second, to process that, information." And I'm just like I was in just, like, a twilight zone. Like, I just couldn't even I'm like, "What's happening right now?" I have I Anyway, she measures the heartbeat, uh, at this stage, so she measures the baby as well. The baby is measuring just about 6.5 weeks, which lines up with my late ovulation and the day that I believed I conceived.
Wow.
Um, and also checks the heartbeat since it's so early, you can't hear it, but you can, watch it on a, monitor. And it was, at 140 beats per minute, which is super strong for a baby at 6.5 weeks.
Oh,
Um, and I I'm still in disbelief. Like, I honestly, truly am like, I don't know at what point I'm honestly going to believe because I have lost babies, further along, and so it's really hard for me. I feel very like I'm trying to stay detached. Not even trying. I'm naturally just kind of detached because it's so like my fear was like, okay, wow, we got our baby back basically. Like we've been under the pressure, we miscarried for a week and now we are moving forward with this pregnancy, but what if at my next appointment, am I going to have to go through this again? Literally be told, "I'm so sorry, there's no heartbeat." Like it's just so overwhelming the thought of what can happen. And this is the crazy thing and this is why I'm also sharing this news so early is you're never out of the woods ever. And that is the sad reality of having a baby and also just being so aware of what's happening, like women posting about all kinds of horrific stuff that happens. You can make it full term and have a stillborn. You could, all of these things. And so there's just like this notion that we should just be alone and like in solitude by ourselves, not being able to speak on something that's so crazy that's happening to us for when up until we get to this, like, second trimester point, what does second trimester mean? It means absolutely nothing. That it just makes people feel like they're in the clear, but I have personal friends that have lost babies in their second trimester. I have seen all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's so there's really it's everyone's preference, and the reason why I think people don't share is because they don't wanna have to update everybody that they've lost a baby. They want time
for sure.
to grieve and to go over and, get to the point like, I've shared both my miscarriages, but not at the moment they happened, you know? And so, obviously, we have lots of prayers for this baby, and we are
Mhm.
just yeah, we're just so hopeful that this baby will make it. I mean, every mom wants that. There's not, like yeah, every mom and dad obviously wants their baby to be here and healthy and make it
Yep.
just like our son did, and when we look at our son, we are like, "You are such a miracle."
That's what I was just about to say. I'm like you said, you're never out of the woods. There's always something that could happen, but it's like you look at like Connor and just like what a perfect, amazing, healthy baby he is. And you're just like, okay, giving birth to a healthy baby is seriously a miracle.
It
But
is.
it's like, but it happens.
It
It's
can.
like it does happen. Look at Connor, that's a miracle, and, like, miracles can happen again,
Mhm.
and then I'm just like, I'm like, it's just crazy. You think of all these people in the world, and you're just
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I mean, it seriously is such just, like, a scary, overwhelming thing, but it does happen,
Yeah. It
It's
can
like
work out, and we, we've just had such a history of things not working out, and so in our mind, our, like, percentages of things working out is very, top heavy on the not working out,
Mhm.
especially if we thought we were losing this baby as well, and so it was just like, "Oh, good lord," like, this is just whatever, and honestly, I having Connor is such a blessing in a million ways, but it also helps me, um I do feel like we have one more baby, I really, really do, like, I see our family as a family of 4, um, going on trips as they're older and just the 4 of us,
Mhm.
um, and I so picture Connor being a big sibling and loving his sibling, boy or girl, but at the same time, when I was under the impression that I had lost this baby, I was like, "I trust God, um, and He has given me the best thing that I have ever had, um, and I am not once would be disappointed that he is all I have."
No.
And so it would just be like, "Okay, we tried." For me personally, this will be our last baby, whether he or she makes it earthside. Um, I pray the baby gets here and is healthy and we can close the family chapter off and I don't ever have to feel like something's missing or have the heartbreak of losing another baby. But if we had lost this baby, I'm like, I don't wanna have to keep going through this. We
Yeah.
don't know what the next one could hold. It could be another baby or it could be another miscarriage, and I so commend the women that just keep going back and back and back. I mean, I went back and thank God because we have Connor.
It's
But
so true.
is that a reason to continue to put yourself through that? No.
Yeah. I feel like before you had Connor, your miscarriages, your 2 that you had, it was like, well, I is this never gonna happen for me?
Yes.
Like, you kept finding a reason to keep trying because you want a baby, you want a
Yes.
family, but it's like, at this point, you have, at least you've already locked in your
Yes.
perfect baby and your little family, and so, it's like, okay, it makes it easier to just be like, "This is the end of that road,"
Yes.
versus, like, before it was like,
Yeah.
"No, we can't," like, you
Yeah.
know?
Exactly. And it was like this whole week was like grieving, like, okay, wow, like we're done. I'm not going to be continuing to put myself like I've got a freaking like I've got a life to run over here,
Yeah.
like the amount of things like that need to be done and taken care of. I mean, my husband has been able to be home these last couple weeks and God bless because I would not have been able to do this without him. He has been literally like a hero. Um and
Seriously, such a blessing.
such a blessing and it's like, but I've that's not always going to be the case.
No.
And I have got a freaking there's life that's going and running and it has to be
Like, you have a toddler.
yeah, like
Everybody knows, like, how, like, demanding toddlers are, and when
yes,
you are just, like, can barely get up off the couch,
out of commission. Yeah. It's
like
brutal. Yeah. So as of now, I am pregnant, which is incredible. It feels like we just got another lease on a pregnancy, which is just crazy. And we are just taking it day by day. Um, yeah, just like I'm cautious. I'm cautiously optimistic, I think is how I would say it. It's like I feel like the fact that this baby was found and has a strong heartbeat and all this thing, I'm like, well, maybe this baby is gonna stick around because we could have started the process of removing whatever we thought maybe were cells or whatever was left over. I could have been, acting as if I wasn't pregnant, like taking Advil or whatever and all
Mhm.
this stuff. And none of that happened during the time that we believed that we had miscarried. And I just feel like this baby is like strong and is just going to push through.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I think so too.
yeah. But I've been hella sick, and that is I will say it is a little less than Connor's sickness.
Mm.
So Connor's like well, and the thing is it's so hard because I had neurovirus. Once I felt like the virus lifted and I'm back to feeling like pregnancy sick, I am better than
Good.
what I was with pregnancy and neurovirus because I was not getting out of bed.
Guys,
Like,
she
I
was
was
so down bad.
so bad. Um, and, like, if I take my prenatals, I'm way worse, which, like, you're supposed to take your prenatals every single day, and I'm trying.
Interesting.
I'm trying, okay? But it is, like, so hard because I'm like, I don't wanna throw them up, and, I mean, just think of the women that have, like, HG, like the hyperemesis, and they're throwing up like 12 times a day. You think that they're retaining any of their prenatals? No, there's no way. So, anyways, I'm trying. I'm trying really hard, but they do make me significantly worse.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, we are just the food that I can tolerate this pregnancy is different than Connor's. Connor's, this is disgusting, I know, but I could only keep down like flaming hot Cheetos,
Mhm.
kettle corn, peanut butter bagels, and a week where I was like, could only eat crepes. Um, so
It's so funny.
it is so funny. And now I am like French toast, but not like regular syrup, needs to be like buttermilk syrup, something sweet.
Yep.
Some like sour suckers, um, a strawberry shake, cake, you know.
Yeah, you're craving more sweet versus, like, salty and savory.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. So that's a little different. And then my sickness so far is a little less than Connor's. So,
that's great because it
yes,
was so rough.
so bad. Yeah, I mean, I've only thrown up once so far, and that was I don't know. I got neurovirus way worse than everybody else because I'm pregnant. Because no one else threw up. So I'm like, the throw up could have been because of the virus or because I'm pregnant. But I've only thrown up once so far. And with Connor, I threw up, probably 4 times a day.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, and starting about at 6 weeks, which I'm almost 7.
Oof.
So I'm still in the trenches, we are not in the clear, but I am, you know, yeah, hopeful that maybe things will not be
I hope so.
as bad.
So excited.
I know. So we will do the early gender, we'll find out at 10 weeks, which is in a couple weeks, and just kinda trying to figure out how we wanna do it. I do think that I wanna find out with Gavin alone again.
Okay,
And then share the news in a fun way with each of our family.
that's cute.
Um, we found out on the way to a beach in North Carolina that we were having Connor, and we were in the car just on a road trip, and I'm just, like, scanning the email,
Mhm.
and it's the NIPT test, so it shows for any genetic abnormalities and all kinds of stuff, so you're, like, checking all of those, frantically because 'cause you're trying to, like, make sure that the baby's okay, and then you're also, like, scanning for some type of gender, and it's just
Mhm.
yeah, it's crazy. So, um I'm very excited to find out what we're having. I've gone back and forth between the 2,
Yep.
so I don't think I have an inkling. I honestly don't. If I
TT
had to
feels
guess
like it's a girl.
okay. If I had to guess, I'd say boy, because I just can't picture us producing a girl because we have a boy.
I know.
So, but I have no idea.
Yeah,
I really don't. I don't have, like, some very, very strong mother intuition at this point. Um, so, I don't
we'll
know.
see. Either way, it'll be so fun.
So fun.
Oh, so
So,
excited.
anyways, that's where we have been. We can move on from that
Yes.
craziness, but
Well, that's why we were AWOL for a little
mhm.
bit.
It's been
Just
a
dealing with so much over
been a
there.
couple weeks.
Oh, man. But yeah, it is
Yeah.
the best news. So excited for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, out of all the things that could have come out of that craziness, this is the best.
Yes. Yeah. Truly not anything we expected. Oh, and baby is due in January,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. January baby. So, we've got our wedding anniversary in January, which the baby's due the day before our wedding anniversary, and, my husband's birthday is
Yep.
midway through January, so it's a busy month.
It's a busy month.
We
Mm-hmm.
will be having a scheduled C-section. Oh, this is a very, very important part, I'm so sorry. Really quick. The reason that they could not see anything transvaginally
Yes.
is because my uterus is tilted backwards and, like, on its side almost. So with that being the case, it's really hard to see things transvaginally, and so the way they found baby was abdominally with the ultrasound that you normally do once you're, like, 12 weeks and beyond.
Mhm.
So, that also makes a lot of sense as to why I could not deliver vaginally with Connor. I've labored for, like,
Mhm.
41 hours and ended up in a C-section.
Whew.
So, we're not messing with that, we're just going straight to a scheduled C-section, which I'm assuming probably happens, like, around 39 weeks.
Mhm.
So, anyways, baby will probably be due a bit before the actual due date, or
Mhm.
come before the due date, but yes, please, if I don't know why my OB didn't notice that my uterus was
Right? Now that
different.
we're saying this, I'm like, the first time around, shouldn't they been able to have, like, told you and been like, "It might be really hard to deliver vaginally because of the position of this." Like,
Yes,
why couldn't they have
yes.
said that with Connor?
Uh, I
Oh,
don't know. And why did my current OB not be like, "Well, your uterus is
yeah.
tilted and all of this, so it might be hard to see on this. Let's get the other Doppler out and let's check over." Please, please,
Guys.
guys, do your jobs.
Ay, ay,
Um,
ay.
ay, ay, ay. Okay. Anyways, that was just an important note.
Yes, that was a good side note.
Um, okay. Go on to your catch-ups.
Okay. Um, let's see. Where am I? Okay. Oh, well, since it's been a little bit since we've recorded, we did end up going to Palm Springs for the wedding, which was
Mhm.
really, really fun. We hit Disney. That was a blast. We got to do some of the rides that Daniel and I didn't get to the first time we went a couple years ago. Overarching, I think my favorite was Indiana Jones. It is such a
So
good ride.
fun.
It was so fun. And Palm Springs was beautiful. The wedding was beautiful. It was on this what a country club golf course. It was just a great time. So that's kind of what we did a few weeks. Did we get back last? No,
I
we
don't
got
even
back the
know.
week before last week. So 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Okay.
It's been a blur.
It has. It's just flown by.
Yeah.
I also started reading The Right Move, which
Mm.
Sis talked about in a previous episode. It is so good. Really love it. I wrote down all of the tropes that are in this book because there are so many. It
Love.
really, like, covers
It
all
does.
grounds. There's, like, forced proximity, best friend's brother, fake dating, sunshine versus moody, like,
Love.
all of them. It
It literally
is
does.
yeah, it is really, really good. The tension is so good, and I love a good, like, fake dating story and, like, with the
Yes.
jealousy, you know, don't
It's
wanna
so
care,
fun.
but they care.
Yes.
So good. I would really
So
recommend
good.
reading it. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm, like, more than halfway through.
It's so good.
Let's see. Do you have anything else to catch up on for this week?
I don't think it's honestly, mine are so random, I don't even know what category they fall into.
I know.
Like, I have 3 other things. I mean, I guess What We Said show would be considered
Yeah,
probably in our catch-up.
that's a catch up.
Okay. So, we went to the live podcast show, of What We Said, which is a podcast hosted by
Mhm.
Chelsea Curtis and JC Marie Smith, and, that was what a day. That was the day that I got my second blood test result that only had gone up, like, 1,600, and and I got that on the way to the show,
Mhm.
and and I was feeling so sick. Oh my gosh, I was barely surviving.
I
Um,
know. I was so impressed that, like, she even made it to this. I'm like, that whole week, I was kind of like, well, I think we're going, but I'm like,
yeah,
she was so sick. And I'm just like, I was
I had
so
to get o
impressed. She made it.
I made it. I went out and, like, went to, like, 8 different stores to try and get an outfit. Our mom was so sweet. She was like, "Okay, how much is that? Okay,
I
I'm
know.
gonna send it for you." And I'm just like, "Oh, what a freaking angel."
I know.
Um,
Such a blessing.
Such a blessing, and she was just like, you know, wanting me to get an outfit that I loved and could wear, and,
You
um,
needed a win.
I needed a win, and so, anyways, it was really sweet. I found a couple pair of jeans. I haven't worn jeans in, like, 3 years.
And they were
Um
so cute.
Yes, love these jeans. Old Navy,
Mhm.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
Did not expect,
Who would have
but
thought?
who woulda thunk?
Who would have thunk?
So, anyways, but the vibes, I can't even tell you guys, like, I so wish that I was just so happy that day. I hate it.
I
The
know.
It was so much fun. Like,
It was so fun.
parking, getting into Salt Lake, parking, and just there was a theme for the show that the girls put out, and so you could spot exactly who was going because the girls were just flooding the streets of Salt Lake City, all in theme, and everyone's outfits were just so stinking
So
cute.
cute. Everyone was in, like, heels and, like, you know, just, like,
Silk and
silk, sparkles.
sparkles,
It was just, like,
yes.
so girly and so cute and
So
fun,
cute.
and we were just like this we were just looking around at everyone, we're like, "This is girlhood."
This is girlhood.
Like,
Like, this
this is what it
this
is.
is
It was
peak
so
girlhood.
sweet.
It was, and we were dying of hunger, and I was sick, and
Mm.
Sis hadn't eaten, and it was, like, literally within 15 minutes of the show, like, the show starting, I guess. We
Yeah.
didn't know exactly what time they were gonna start, but that's when the show started. At 8 p.m. too, mind you, which is, like, with me being sick, oh, I'm comatose. Um, but we found this cute little, bar-ish. Is it a bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, like, not like a dive bar, it was like a cocktail bar kind of,
Yeah, it's kind of,
vibes.
like, a little dark and moody. You sit down
Yes.
in their little tiny tables just for, like, get a quick cocktail, but they had, you know, some
A
small
little
bites.
yes. And they sat us out on the patio, and it was so cute because the first thing they asked us, was, "Are you girls going to the show?"
And we
And
were
we were
like,
like,
"Oh, phew.
"Yes,
We fit in with the crowd."
yes," and we're like, "Yes," and she's like, "Okay, we'll have them, do a rush order on whatever." We're like, "Thank you." So we head out to the patio and get a seat and, order I got water, Sis got a wine,
Uh-huh.
and then we got 2 things off the eats menu.
Mm. Poor sis.
Oh, I'm telling you guys, even if I wasn't pregnant, those were the worst french fries I have ever had in my effing life, and what was that
No.
sauce?
Oh,
Absolute
sis.
trash. Absolute trash. I was and I
Sis
literally
took
took
one bite.
I'm all, okay,
Mm-mm.
well, that's gonna be coming up." Like, I was on the verge, and I had a little vomit bag in my little bag to take into the theater because I'm
Yep,
like, "I have to have
just in
somewhere to yak."
case.
Sis got chips and cheese. How was yours?
It was literally just chips on or cheese on chips.
Yeah, it was like a microwave at home, like, you did your little microwave cheese and
Yeah,
chips.
so it was fine, but
Okay.
there was I didn't even try the sauce. I just was, like, shoveling in these chips and cheese,
Yeah.
and it was I mean, it was fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know
I
how you
tried a
messed that
plain
up.
I know. I tried a plain chip that didn't have any cheese on it. I almost yacked, so I was like, "Alright, I'm done." Um, so, we just, yeah, shoveled in a couple things, got some water down, and we could see it was at Capitol Theater in Salt Lake, and the view from the little, outdoor seating is literally the Capitol
You're just
Theater. You're
staring at
staring
it.
at the Capitol Theater. So, it was so fun because as we're sitting there was a couple girls next to us having little
Mhm.
martinis, all dressed up, and you could hear them talking about the show, um and then we're just watching girls on girls on girls just file
Yes.
across the street, and people are just fascinated. They're looking at us all like, "Oh my gosh," and they stopped a bunch of girls, like, what's going on? Like, "What are you guys here for?"
Yeah, it was hilarious. Arden's like, "Well, if there are guys in Salt Lake City that need to find the women, this is where they need to be."
Yes.
And it's like it was so true. It was hilarious. We were, like, looking down the street, and there was this group of, like, 5 or 6 guys, and you just see them just, like, in bewilderment and, like,
Yes,
total
they're all like,
confusion. They're like, "Uh,
"What is
what is happening?"
happening?"
You know,
Yeah,
it was so, so funny,
yeah.
and as we were sitting outside, we were, like, looking down the street, like, kinda far down all the way to the light, and you could just see just, like, these kinda little dots, but they're
Yes,
sparkling, and
yes,
so you know they're coming to the show. It
yes, you
was just
just see a flock down there. We're like, "Oh, there's more." It was
so, so
adorable.
fun.
And we, yeah, closed out our tab, we walked across the street, got into the theater, super seamless, like, wasn't a crazy wait,
Mm-mm.
and they just did a little if you had a purse, they did a bag check. I'm like, "What are they thinking seeing my vomit bag?" Um,
I didn't
and
even think about that. That's so funny. They're like, "Yee, on with you."
yes. "Why are you here if you have the flu?" Like, "Sorry."
Oh.
They had merch, the merch lines were insane, so we just
Mhm.
went to our seats. The Capitol Theater is stunning, I've actually
It's
performed there,
gorgeous.
and it is just, oh, such a fun venue, like,
Mhm. It's so ornate and,
it
like,
is.
you just feel like you've been,
Historic.
like yes, transported back in time, you know, there's, like, all
Yes.
these beautiful moldings, and it's gilded and, like, you know, the
Stunning.
rich red curtain, you know, that whole look.
Yes. I love the
So fun.
balcony, seating, the
Yes.
one that what's that
Yes.
called? The ones that come to the side that have, like, their own little private
Yes, just, like,
spots.
their private little areas up
Yeah, the
above,
little
I don't
balcony
know.
seats or whatever, but
Mhm.
and the girls played this YouTube video that they had put together, prior to them coming out on stage.
Mhm.
So stinking cute. I
It was
recorded the whole thing.
so cute.
I cried when they came out on
Yes.
stage. It was just so cute because you're
They're the
just like
cutest.
you're just it's just adorable, like, especially because, like, we have started a podcast and just
Mhm.
watching, like, these 2 besties and what they've created, it's just so fun,
It really is,
yeah,
and their relationship is just so cute,
it
and their
is.
story, of just how long they've been doing this and, why how they even first met and became besties. It's just, like, such a cute I don't know. I get why
Very wholesome.
it is wholesome. That's what it
Yeah,
was. It was just a blast.
yeah, and they, it was so short.
It
Chelsea did
felt
announce
short.
yeah, her pregnancy, which was just, like it was just a little overwhelming for me because I'm like, I am under the impression that I'm losing mine, but I was just so happy. It was just adorable, the little video that they played to announce the pregnancy, and so they gave us, like, an exclusive at the podcast show, and then the next day she announced on social media, but, um, yeah, I was just like, "Oh," you
I
know?
know. I looked over. I'm like, "Are you doing okay?" Then I'm like, "Okay, she's smiling. She's doing okay."
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I had tears, but I was hiding them. Um, but it was just like, you know, I was just like, "It's okay, it's okay. It's not for me, it's not gonna be me this time." Just all those thoughts are coming through my mind as she announces her pregnancy, but, um, it was a great show. It was super fun. I was sick as a dog throughout the whole thing. I feel like parts of it I was able to forget that I was sick, but
yeah. That was just rough. The fries didn't help.
mm-mm.
Um, but yeah, I if you ever get the chance to go and see them in person, like, seriously do it. They're so funny. Like,
Yes.
I was laughing the whole time.
Yes.
Like, they're just a hoot, and we were so impressed by just how easily they're able to talk to, like, a huge audience like this in person, just like, and
Yes.
none of it's premeditated really. It's live reactions, and they're just naturally hilarious. They were
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. That was so fun. So, a memory we'll never forget.
Never. So fun.
So fun. I guess that'd be the last thing on my catch up. I have 2 other notes. So
'Kay.
I don't
I
know.
know. I'm like, I don't necessarily even know what the topic of this is, but I'm like, I just think it is so funny how, I feel like lately people have been really open to just viewing animals as children. Like,
Mm,
that was not a thing like 10 years ago. I don't really know about 5 years ago, like
yeah.
maybe, but I feel like it's way more accepted now. You see people
Yes.
just like baby slinging their dog and, no one bats an eye.
Yep.
But I guess the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we always leave a show on for Honey, like
Yes.
24/7. We make sure that the house is never quiet.
Yes.
And it was hilarious because where were Daniel and I going? Oh, we went to go see the new Backrooms movie.
Oh, we need to see that.
It was good. The first half is better than the second half in my opinion. Daniel agreed. But
Okay.
it's still really good. It's still worth a watch. But we had a late movie. It was at like 10 p.m. and we're like, "Well, what are we going to put on for Honey?" And I'm like, "This was our real conversation." I was like, "The Incredibles?" I'm like, "Ah, no, that's too intense for if she's alone." Daniel's like, what about Moana?" I'm like, "Ah, she's seen that a lot recently." And I'm like and then I'm all Tangled. And then he's like, "Yes, Maximus, she loves the horse." And, we're like, like, that was our dead ass, our real conversation. No jokes, no laughing. And I was telling it that to mom, and I kind of like realized how funny that is. And I'm
That
like,
is so funny.
I'm like, huh. Yeah, I guess that is like actually hilarious. I'm like, The Incredibles, no, that's got some intense fight scenes.
Yes. We don't want her to have bad nightmares.
No, no bad
It's late.
dreams.
Yeah.
And then, she's seen Moana too often.
Yes.
Tangled, she loves the horse.
Like,
It's been a minute. And I'm like, it just
I
cracks me up. We treat her definitely like our child, but I'm like, it's moments like that when I'm like telling someone a story, it like really hits. I'm like, huh,
oh,
okay.
she's my baby. Yes.
She's my baby. And
Oh
like,
my
we
gosh.
definitely stream Disney Plus like the most in our household. I'm sure yours too,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
But that is just
Oh,
so funny. So I'm like, if any of you are out there and, treat your animals like children, you're definitely not alone.
no.
It's, they are our little babies. There are babies before our babies.
Yes, they are. They really are. Oh, and she's just man, everyone deserves a honey. Like anyone good
Yes.
deserves a honey because she is such a unique, sweet soul. Like I just can't even describe her. Um
It's so
But
hard to, like, put into words, like,
yes,
what we said the night of when we went to go see the show was just, like, she's so pure.
she's so pure.
Like, it, like, transcends usual just, like, animal purity. Her
Yes.
personality is so unique and just, like, soft. I don't
Yes.
oh, guys.
Soft. She's got this, like, hint of spunk,
Mhm.
but it's just so masked by her softness that it's still so pure.
It
It's
is.
like
It's hilarious.
it's just
I
it's
can't.
too much. She's too much.
I know, like, she barks at the TV whenever an animal comes on the TV, and, like, I don't know, I feel like if it was anyone else's dog, you're kind of like, but then I see Honey do it, and I'm like, "This is so cute."
It's
Like, her
so
little
fresh.
brain's just like
Yeah, she processes, and that is also so unique. Like, she can process people on FaceTime.
Yep.
Like, our dog Ellie does not react to people on FaceTime,
Mhm.
like hearing someone's voice and stuff. So it's just so unique that she is so in tune, um,
So in tune.
with people on the phone and in movies.
Yes.
So
It's
that's
wild. It can be a cartoon or it can be, like, a real animal, and it's animals that she's never seen.
yes, that
Like,
she's
it can
never come in contact with.
never in her life, like, it could be a platypus, and she'd run up to the TV and just start, like, and I'm just like,
Yes,
"How do you know?" Like, she's just so smart,
it is.
but
That's yeah.
I don't know. She doesn't come off as just, like, some, like, really smart, like,
Yes.
canine,
Yes.
cop dog. It's just like
She's just there,
she's just
but she
there.
knows. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Dead. That
It's
is so
hilarious.
funny. That is hilarious. I'm gonna have to tell Gavin.
Yeah, you should. It's a crack up, and I'm like, "We actually need some new shows." Like, I don't know if there's a Disney movie she hasn't seen at this point, and I'm like,
So funny.
I need something. I really
Yeah.
wish they had a show, like a really good show that wouldn't turn off.
Episodes.
Mhm.
That's the thing too, like with Connor, we can't switch it up very much because he gets
Yeah.
locked in,
Mhm.
and so it gets old fast.
Yeah.
You're watching, I'm actually
Zootopia.
Zootopia. We're back to Zootopia.
Are
We've been
we?
off Zoo for a minute. It was been,
Zoo ooh, ooh.
ooh, ooh. Oh, when he sings that song, it starts
Guys.
like, "Come on, get on up," and then she does this little song that goes, "Uh."
And
It's just this little sound after he does the little,
oh my
just
gosh.
does the whole thing,
I
all the little
can't.
sounds, and he sings it full out now. Oh my gosh, I have to get it on video.
Guys, you'll have
But
to. I need, like, an updated one. I have
yes,
some good ones, though. It's so cute. He's got
so
moves.
cute. He's got so many moves. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, it was Pooh's, Heffalump, and he calls it, Elefump. Elefump,
I
and I
can't.
can't.
That's such a cute one.
Such a cute one. But
Oh,
yeah, we've been on that for a minute, and now we're back to Zoo. Um, those are definitely his favorites. He loves
yeah.
Winnie the Pooh, and he loves Zootopia. He did go through an Incredibles kick, and he
I
called it
remember.
Incredibers. Yeah. Um,
Didn't
but
he go
that's a
through a Cars?
oh, yes. Hello,
Yeah.
Cars. Yeah. Loves Lally McQueen.
Lana McQueen.
Um, the way he's got a little accent, the way he says Sally, he says, ugh, I don't even know, Sally? Like, he's got just this
Sally.
little accent, and Maynard, and
Maynard.
Lalling McQueen.
Lalling
McQueen
McQueen.
is
It's
so
so
cute.
cute. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
those are his faves. He doesn't
Those are
yeah,
good ones.
we try and branch out. I'm like, "Do you not like any of the ones like, what about Mulan?" Or
Love Mulan. That's my favorite.
it's my fave.
It's the
I'm
best.
like, I'm not gonna put on Tinkerbell for him, but it's like, I feel like I can get away with Mulan, for a
Yeah.
boy.
No, for
And I'm
sure you
like,
can.
come on, like this one." Or Dinosaur, I love Dinosaur.
I just watched that last week.
Oh, such a good one. He's
So
not
good.
into it. Um,
But you know what? That one's a little more mature.
yeah,
I
maybe
feel like it kinda is. I feel like he'll like it, maybe in a
later.
couple years.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, that's adorable.
Have you
Love.
tried The Good Dinosaur?
No, I think mom just mentioned that the other
I
day.
told her to watch it. It's
Okay.
really good.
She said she cried, and I'm like, "I don't wanna
Yes.
cry."
You'd cry.
Yeah, I don't wanna cry. I'm
It's
like
so good. There's the sad cry, and then there's just, like, the happy cry. You get
yeah.
both.
Oh,
But you can always
worst.
skip the sad part.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to try, mix in some new ones.
Mhm.
I really love Toy Story, not the first one, but I like
'Kay.
2 and 3.
Mm.
Um, he's scared. He's not a fan of the toys.
It is a little scary.
It is a little much.
Kinda is.
Yeah, it is kind of intense, but yeah, he's not a fan. So he's got
Mm.
his specifics. Um,
It's fair enough.
yeah.
What was I
Uh,
Monsters, Inc.?
we've watched Monsters, Inc.
Okay.
He's never requested
Again.
again.
Okay.
I've put it on without requesting, but he's like,
Okay.
yeah, not a huge fan.
Yeah.
But
We'll see. It'll be
we'll
fun
see.
to see what he likes.
Yeah.
Just keeps growing
And if
into.
this is a baby girl, then we will be throwing on Tinkerbell
Yes.
and
And Mulan.
Mulan
Oh,
and yeah.
so good.
hmm
The live action Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. I did put on Beauty and the Beast, non-live action for him the other day, and the I have such a hard time watching that, and we've said because
I know.
we have such a soft spot for dads, and the fact that, like, the dad hurts our heart so much that he keeps
So
getting
much.
I just can't.
I can't.
Once
Just like
the
bullied.
dad bullied. Once the dad is safe, and you get past all that, I had to skip some some parts because I can't even handle it. But the commentary gets so funny, like
Yes.
the Beast, when he
Yes.
just does some really funny parts that you
He
and I both
does.
have, like, cracked up
Mhm.
about. Um, yeah, like yeah, anyways, super cute.
Oh, it's so cute. I watched all of the Ice Ages this week.
Oh.
Except for the first one. First one
Oh,
kinda hurts.
yes, the mom and the baby.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
But I
I
watched
have
the
to skip it.
second and the third and the fourth.
Wow.
They were so good, sis. They're so funny. Have you seen them
Yeah.
recently?
The first one, yes, but none of the later ones.
Okay, I love the second and the third. Those are like my favorites, and they're so funny. I feel like nowadays they don't make as good of like adult comedy
Yeah,
in the Disney shows, but this one's just like hilarious. There's so many innuendos that you just don't catch. I was like cracking up.
that is so funny.
It was good. So maybe try some Ice Age. I feel like
Yeah.
he'd love the dinosaur one. That one's one of my faves.
Of Ice Age?
Yeah, Ice Age
Okay.
Dawn of the Dinosaur. Good.
Oh, okay. We'll try that one.
Okay. Um.
Well,
Okay.
one of, the things we have going on in Utah, which is really fun, is the Parade of Homes,
Mhm.
and we go to this every year. Even the years we were in North Carolina, we bought the tickets so we could watch it virtually.
Yep.
We are obsessed.
It's so fun.
It's so fun, and then we also are like, "Why are we doing this to ourselves every year?" Like, we walk into our dream house and we're like, "KMS, I'm done."
No, it's so hard. I'm like, it's so fun to just see how like luxurious this is and like how some people actually live. But then you come home. After that's all said and done, you're just kind of like you feel a little empty inside.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Oh, welcome to my bridge or my
Yeah.
house under the bridge with the trolls. Like,
You're like,
what?
and it's actually just insane the wealth that like some of these people have. And
Insane.
you think you're doing okay. You work so hard to make your house a home, and
Yep.
you come home and you're just like, I hate it here.
This is disgusting.
This is an abomination
Yes.
but no, it's actually insane. We always have a little bit of regrets,
Yeah.
but we do it every time.
Do it every year.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't miss it. It's just so good. The houses are absolutely insane. I swear no one does it better than Utah Parade of Homes. They just nail so many things that, like, you would want to have in a home.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that get to live in these homes with young kids, I hope they never take this for granted because the amount of activities and things that they can do in their own space is beyond. Like, Connor would be swimming every single day. Like, and the amount of, like, energy and activity that takes in your own pool where you're not worried about other kids and their pee and their whatever, if they're not clean. It's like it's your own pool that your kid gets to just burn energy in every single day. Sports courts where they have their own private indoor play area where they can ride their bikes and their scooters and kick their balls, but they're inside, so it's air conditioned and it's nice on a hot day and all these things. Like, as they grow older, there's, they've got golf sims, they've got climbing walls, they've got pool tables, ping pong tables, they've got home gyms, they've got home theaters. Like, imagine watching Zoo in a home theater where you're just like, this is such a cool experience for these kids and adults. And
Yeah.
you literally just have endless entertainment at your fingertips. You don't have to go pay a place. You don't have to go expose your kids to a bunch of germs. You don't have to go out in the blistering sun at a park that is filled with a bunch of kids. Like, it's a luxury.
hurts.
It hurts. It genuinely just like, ow.
Ouch.
And ouch. And Gavin and I love all these things. Like, we could put Connor down and we could go play some pool. We could go
Mhm.
do a workout together. Then we can head out to the jacuzzi and chill in the jacuzzi for an hour and watch a show on our outside TV and then head inside and go to the movie room. Or it's just like, it's endless entertainment and fun for you as an adult and for your children. And that's just like, if you're going to freaking have a home that's that nice, it needs to have that, all that stuff.
No, it's so true. And I feel like in general, most, at least in my experience, like with my clients, most of the people that have this kind of money, their kids are gone.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
so they're not designing these homes for little kids, for kids even still in the house.
Yeah.
And so I feel like with all the homes that I do, they have a ton of rooms. They have a spa and a sauna. And
Mhm.
then, like,
Oh, these homes that too. Yes.
yeah,
Don't forget, they have the cold plunge and the saunas built in and all this stuff.
yes, they have
Yes.
chat rooms and tea rooms, but it's all like all very adult.
Yes.
And I don't know. So I think it's so fun when you get to see like a really, really huge home that like was made for kids as well, like a young family.
Yes.
But and so I think that's just so fun because I never get to see any of that with
Yeah.
what I do.
Every room's immaculate. There's never a blank room. I mean, they do have homes in the parade that are very, like, mundane,
Mm-hmm.
which we skip because let's be real, we're going to see the homes that are, like, top notch. I'm not going
Yeah.
to see, like, a larger version of our house,
No.
you know?
No.
They're
No.
like, "Oh, a plain room. Ooh." No, I wanna
Yeah.
see freaking wall treatments and, beautiful lighting and insane decorations and,
Yep.
you know, secret walls and water fountains and all the things.
Yes.
Um, and it's incredible. These designs are incredible. Every year, Gab and I are like, "Okay, well, what do we do? How do we get the money to get this?"
I know. I
Every year.
always get inspired, and I feel like I always end up wanting to like change my colors.
Mhm.
And like just go with something completely different and completely change the styles of my lamps because I'm like,
Mhm.
I kind of want to start leaning more into the European or whatever the hell.
Right.
I come home and I'm just like so dissatisfied
Yes.
with everything I've done. It doesn't matter. And I'm like, I put hours into this. And yeah, I don't know.
And this is the thing, it's because it fits the home that we're in,
Hmm.
you know? And we've built off of that, and these homes are just on another level. They
Yeah.
can take on a whole different design palette, and it's just like,
No,
and
it's true.
every single room is so unique, but yet it all goes together, and
Yes.
it's incredible.
So fun.
So fun. So, yeah, we're in the middle of that. It's going for another couple weeks. It just started actually like 2 days ago.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, we're gonna go see as many as we can. I've got a whole list. Hopefully, we can go together
Hmm.
and see a few.
Be so fun.
So fun.
Definitely want to. Um,
Well, I only have one more, so do you wanna go on to your
yes. Okay.
updates? Next things?
Um, let's see. I Are we on scheming up or scheming on? Or are we just
Whatever you want it
anywhere?
to be. Yeah.
I'm like looking at the time. I feel like we could probably just go to my scheming on my hot topic that I kind of wanted to talk about
Okay.
this week. Um, I feel like this is one of those topics where I'll see people talk about it on social media, and the comments are always just like in
Divided?
argument.
Mm.
Yes, divided. And I feel like, I don't know. You can get canceled if you're famous. I feel like if you say, the wrong way, it's just one of those things. But I think it's like such a good topic. Okay, here it is.
Okay.
It's tipping culture.
Oh,
Oh, okay. And there are so many reasons about why I wanted to bring this up, but how this even sparked about why I wanted to talk about it this week is because I got asked if I wanted to tip at the car wash. Literally, the guy
this is out
there,
of control.
yeah, what car wash do you want? That one. Okay, thank you. That'll be 20. Would you like to leave a tip? And I'm like,
Huh?
what do you mean? For what? The machine's washing my car. Like, you're asking for a tip to just press a few buttons that you're getting paid hourly to do that. It makes zero sense.
The tippers are paying wages that people don't wanna pay.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay. So that's how this whole thing got brought up because we've both worked in the service industry. Like
Yep.
we've both been in food. So it's not like we're all out of touch.
Yes, we've
You
relied on
know,
tips to survive.
relied on
Yes.
tips. We've been there. But
Yes.
I personally feel like it has gotten so out of hand.
So out of hand. And
Um,
I saw something on social media actually the other day of this person explaining, and I wonder if you saw the same thing,
Maybe.
about, like, the price of a meal.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Well, he explained it really well. He was like, "Why do the tips have to skyrocket and go up just because I bought a more expensive meal? Like,
Yes.
it didn't change the service. You still filled my drinks. You still brought a plate from the place where it's finished being made to my table. What does it matter if that plate had a $2 salad or a $20 steak? It's still the same plate. You didn't change the plate. You didn't change the service. And the tips aren't going to the chefs.
No.
So it's just, it was a very valid point.
No, it is. It actually doesn't make sense. Like
Yeah.
when you really think about it. I mean, overall, I do get that. Like if you're going to a nicer restaurant, you're paying for better service.
Sure.
You know, you're being paid, you know, sir, ma'am. You know, like they put on, I worked at Fleming's, okay?
Yes.
I'm like, I know that you put on a very like, you try to treat people as like luxurious or whatever. And so I get that, you know, the tip like might be higher in that situation, but what you're saying is very true because it really is going to be the same service no matter on what you order, but it really just depends on the establishment.
Yeah.
You know, and like the level of food or like the level of fancy.
Yes. But that's so subjective too. Like it's like sometimes the service is like I'm picturing like where I worked, like the pub. And then I'm picturing versus like a Fleming's. Okay, the service, the vibe and service is completely different.
Yeah.
Well, okay, service meaning like the way they present themselves. They're dressed in like black tie, you know, or a version of that, you know, black and white. And versus like the pub, I'm dressed in whatever I want to wear that day and wear just outside clothes. Is that, I don't know. It's just so weird. Yeah, and then like at Fleming's, like, you know, if it's special occasion, they'll have like a card that's like signed by the staff or
I used to have to sign those cards.
so funny. And just like, you know, little extra things like the ambiance of the restaurant but you're like, okay, but I'm dining here and it is hella expensive to dine here.
So expensive.
So you're getting hundreds of dollars of my money to dine at this establishment. That is me paying for this experience because I'm at Fleming's or I'm at whatever. It's like, so the service is kind of part of that experience. Like that's why the meal is so expensive. Yes, it does taste fantastic.
Right.
So it is worth more than, you know, Outback. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw a TikTok. There was a receipt and it had like a 20% service fee. Service fee, not like gratuity, service fee included as a line item on this receipt. And the waitress wrote on the bottom of the receipt, what'd she say? Service fee does not go to staff. And then handed him the receipt to like fill it out, sign a tip. And this guy's like, hold the phone. There's a 20% service fee and you're expecting me to tip on top of that, like a 20%. That's a 40% upcharge. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, I don't know who that like service fee is going to, but this is not a customer's issue to make up for like that pay gap, whatever it is. Like this is the owner of that establishment. And like how I feel about it is like, hell no, I'm not paying $1 more if there is a 20% service fee included in this meal. Quit.
Yeah.
Quit and go find another place. Like you can't expect like, and to write like service fee doesn't go to staff.
It's because they're literally like, we're just paying the wages that companies and service industries don't pay. And tips go beyond, you know, like we're going to, it gets so confusing. Like a massage and nails and like the IV place that I went to go get my IVs to feel better, asking for tips. They even have a sign that says what you should tip based on how expensive your IV was.
I'm paying for the IV.
What is going on? This is outrageous. And Gav and I are sticklers. Like, you are way nicer with your tipping. Like, I feel like tips should be not expected at all unless you work in, you know, probably food. But there should be no percentage. There should be no nothing. It should be based off of just what that person feels like and how they felt the service was. And the owners and the minimum wage should be plenty to cover the servers and the workers so that they are not surviving on tips. That is just a bonus. It's like you're getting a cash bonus. You work overtime and you got an extra check.
Yes, but you're making like a livable hourly wage.
Yes.
you don't need tips. And then it would be something fun. It'd be like, oh, awesome.
Yes.
I already got my good paycheck, but now I get an extra $40, like,
Yes.
after the day.
Exactly. It should just be something that is extra if someone has gone so out of their way
Ugh.
to make something such a different experience for you, and you feel the need to give them
Mhm.
something extra, fine.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
so true. I'm like, even with takeout,
Oh.
like, we should not be tipping for takeout.
Yeah, no, I do
We're
not
not
tip for
being
takeout.
served.
No.
Oh, I'm
And
paying for
again
the food, which is all that I'm getting with takeout.
yes, and again, these tips are not going to the chefs.
Yes.
So, you're telling me I'm tipping the bag girl behind the counter who took the food from the to-go things and bagged it? Please.
It's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I got takeout from this Thai place, and then she hands me the little black clip thing with the pen, and I'm like, 0. 0, 0. Like,
Yes.
no, you didn't
No.
do anything. You didn't wait
No.
on me. I'm already
Mm-mm.
paying for the food, and I hate that you get asked. And I'm like,
Mm.
if I am ordering, like, sometimes I'll go to a restaurant, like, with mom or something, and I'll get a cheeseburger to go,
Yeah.
like, for Daniel. He's not at the restaurant. So they'll just bring me my cheeseburger and, like, put it on the table. I deduct that cheeseburger from the tip amount
Genius.
because I'm like, wait, but you're not
You're not serving
waiting
me
on
that
someone. I
meal.
just I
No.
just bought the food. That's it.
Yes.
But I'll
Yes.
tip based on everything, else. Like, I can't. And then everything's so expensive now anyways. Like, you can't even get, like, a lunch for under $25, it feels like.
Yep.
And it's so depressing. I'm so over it. I'm so tired of spending money. I feel
Me
like
too.
I'm spending so much money on things that aren't fun.
Yeah.
And I'm always just like,
Because
where's my paycheck going?
it's just
Mm,
running our banks dry. Like the
dry.
gas prices, the grocery prices, the eating out
Yes.
prices, that is just like the bye money. Like those,
Bye.
that's just it.
It
Like
was
there's just
$111 to fill up my tank.
sis.
Gas. At Costco, which is already discounted. Like, that's just
It's just
insane. Even the
yeah.
machine knew that it was outrageous because it cut me off at $100, and then I
Yeah.
had to get out and restart and fill up for another $11. I'm like,
It's
oh,
so bad. It's so
it's
bad. And then you add
so
having
bad.
children, pets
Oh,
even,
yeah,
like it adds up.
it
All of a sudden
does.
grooming's due. Okay, for kids, you've got constant snack orders. I have a Thrive order that's like, 100 to 150 every time I place that order. And then we've got
Yep.
diapers and we've got wipes and E- Ellie's food, our dog's food is so damn expensive. And I swear she flies through it. I don't know. It's
Uh,
just, yeah, it's just like one thing after the next. You're like, oh, and now my car needs this. And
mhm.
now there's never just like a gap of,
Never a gap.
mm-mm.
I swear, I'll be like, oh, wow, I actually have, like, some money in the bank account. Maybe I'll go to Ulta and finally get more mascara. And then boom, Honey's Farmer's Dog, minus 256. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, never mind.
it's,
Ugh,
yeah. And then just like the bare essentials, like you're saying, like a mascara or us to go get our
yes.
nails done or whatever. It's like that just becomes like this birthday luxury or like this,
Yes.
and it's like I can't get like my skincare or my makeup. I can't go get like nails done. My hair, please. That's freaking once a year.
Hmm.
Like it's just, I,
I know. I swear. It really is getting out of hand. And it just, even if feel like you're not spending money, you're spending so much that you're tired of spending money and you just
yes,
don't want to spend it on
on even
anything
something fun.
enjoyable.
Yeah. Cause something's coming around the bend.
Yeah.
You're just
I'm
like,
like,
"Ooh, I can't.
can't.
I mean, Amazon order for, just stocking up on household stuff's like 180. I'm like, please,
Please.
please spare me.
Anyways, that was my
That's
hot
a great hot
topic.
take. Great hot take. And I think that, yeah, so valid.
Yeah. I just feel like we're all kind of, ooh, sorry, chills. All in the dumps a little bit as far as
Yeah.
just like everything.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
goes
Yeah.
financially. It's just so hard to live
Right now.
right now.
Literally.
And, I feel like, I don't know, there's a difference between living and surviving
And thriving.
and thriving. Hmm.
Yes.
And,
We're somewhere between surviving and.
I think it's getting harder and harder to just be living.
Mm-hmm.
And like people that have never had to budget are having to budget.
Yeah.
And
I was
that's
like, I can
hard.
see thriving through the binoculars, like somewhere out there. I'm like, it looks lovely. It looks lovely over there. Mm-hmm.
There it is.
There it is. Can't.
So funny. I just watched a TikTok of this girl and she's like, I just spent 150,000 at Rolex. Let's see what I got. And then all of a sudden I'm like scrolling and then I just spent 320,000 at Hermes or whatever the hell. And she
That's the
does these
thing.
hauls.
That's the thing too. People with this freaking stupid FU money are buying stuff that I'm like, what a waste.
What a waste. And her name is Gracie and she has like brown hair and I'm just like,
Hmm. Okay. Someone's identity stolen.
mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Absolutely wild. I feel like
Insane.
that's just a whole new level, but whatever.
Yeah. Um, okay. I have one other thing, which is kind of for both of us. Do you have anything else?
No, I was just gonna say that on that video of that lady unboxing, I opened the comments and the top comment was, "Congrats, period. I put down the $12 chicken to try and for the $10 chicken," or something like
Yes.
that.
The $12 chicken went down for the $11.19 chicken.
Yep.
Like,
It's
yeah.
just it's
Yep.
so funny.
Living different lives.
Yes. But no, now I'm done. Go into
Okay.
yours.
Well, this is ours because you told me that I needed to bring my review of Off Campus.
Yes.
You finished, right?
I did,
Okay. Wow. What a show.
guys.
Um, I'm unwell like most of the internet that you're seeing that's like, how am I gonna, move on, all that type of stuff. I'm to the point where anytime I see anything about it on social media, I'm scrolling
Scroll.
fast because I can't handle it. It just has this weird effect. It's very similar to how Summer Turned Pretty affects me. It's like this weird, like, it's almost like this homesickness, nostalgicness. Like, I've never gonna experience this
Back with the
sickness.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's
It just doesn't, it's not good.
it's so hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to just like say about it. I feel like it's also just such a fun time in life.
Mm,
I just feel like that age, I don't
yeah.
know. There's so many reasons for it, but it's just like
Just,
such a good show.
it's such a good show, you guys. It's definitely like, so they're college students, that are kind of in, they kind of mix multiple people, like the arts and the sports and,
Mhm.
whatever. And it's based on a book series, which Grace and I have read some of the books in the series, just not this specific one.
Yeah.
And definitely spicy,
It's
1000%. There's
spicy.
definitely some nudity.
Mhm.
Um, but holy crap, are the casts just absolutely stunning, gorgeous. I think they acted and amazing. Everyone did such a good job.
It's such a
Um,
good job.
I'm definitely like, I love both main couples, Dean and
Yep.
Allie and Garrett and Hannah. I'm absolutely obsessed with Garrett, so it's Garrett and Hannah are definitely my favorite because I can't, he's just, it's too much.
I know.
It's too much. Um,
It's
it's just bad.
yeah.
Um, but Dean and Allie are so freaking cute, and I'm so excited that they're taking season 2.
Me too. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and honestly, I mean, like, the other guys are okay. I'm not gonna be, like, sat for their season.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel that. I will be absolutely sad for Dean and Allie's.
oh, 1000%. Um, so yeah. Anyways, Off Campus is great. Definitely recommend.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't think there was really much else to say on that.
Yeah.
But
It's a really good show. I'm like bummed that we're gonna have to wait until next year for the
yeah.
next season.
And Summer I Turned Pretty movie I think is also 2027.
Okay.
So we're gonna get both of those
That'll be fun.
next year. Oh
Mhm.
man, the Summer I Turned Pretty movie. That
Woo!
better just eat down. That whole movie.
Eat down.
I
I've actually
we
been rewatching The Summer I Turned Pretty.
oh,
I'm
you're a strong
already in
warrior.
season 3. It's become a comfort show at this point.
Okay.
It has, I know. It's one of those where it's really easy for me to now kinda have on in the background
Mm,
because I've also just, like I feel like I've seen it so many times to where you're like,
yeah.
you know what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
definitely
I rewatched it not too long ago. Still unwell. Still zero
regrets.
comfort. I don't know. Um, well, this is episode 10, you guys. We
Mhm.
are so glad for the people that are staying and watching and listening to our entire podcast episodes,
Yes.
supporting each one that comes out. Um, yeah,
Yep.
very, very grateful. We will keep you all updated lightly on
How
my,
you're doing.
yes, on my life and how things are going. But that's where we're at now. I just hope that, if someone can relate to an experience they've had and they don't feel so alone, or if they're going through it right now and, keeping everything on the DL because that's what everyone tells you to do. and they feel alone because it's so freaking hard. I hope that they can just feel a little less alone
For sure.
because this is not, unfortunately, it's not an uncommon thing, and people just are going through stuff that
Yep.
silently and privately, um, and you're just not meant to always suffer or be sad
It's
in
true.
silence. It's
Just
just,
bear the burden alone.
yeah, it's just a lot.
It's really hard.
So,
We pray for the best outcome. Happy, healthy
yes,
baby. Happy,
yes,
healthy sissy.
yes,
And yeah, thank you
yep,
guys. We'll see you guys next week.
yes.
Yes, now that you're feeling a little bit better, we promise we'll be back
We'll be back.
next week.
Okay,
All
perfect.
right. Well, I love you,
Okay, love you,
sis.
sis. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for scheming with us today. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Until next time,
Bye.
bye.
Yeah.